500 English phrases most used in everyday conversation. Speaking practice for beginners.
Before we begin, I would like to remind you that I am sharing this material with you for free. I hope you can support me by liking and commenting after watching this video for about 3 minutes. Your feedback is important to me and helps me improve. Thank you for your support and comments. Great, let's begin.
How are you? What's your name? Where are you from? Thank you. You're welcome, please. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Yes. No. Can I help you? I don't understand. Could you speak slower, please? I'm looking for the bathroom. How much is this? Could you please repeat that? What time is it? Can you show me on the map? I need a doctor. I'm lost. Could you help me? I would like to order. Do you have? Where can I find? I'm allergic to. I'm looking for. What do you recommend? I don't feel well. Can we have the bill, please? Is there Wi-Fi here? Could you take a photo of us, please? I need. What is this? I like it. I don't like it. It's too expensive. Can you give me a discount? I'm here on business. Vacation. Can I try this on? Do you speak English? I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. What's the Wi-Fi password? How do I get to? Is it far? I'm cold. I'm hot. Can I have some water? I love this. I'm bored. What's your phone number? Can I have the menu, please? I'd like to make a reservation. Is this seat taken? I missed my flight. Where is the exit? Can you help me with my bags? I'd like to check out. It's perfect. Do you have vegetarian dishes? Can I have a glass of water? Where is the nearest ATM? I need a taxi. Can I get a map? I would like a coffee. Can we sit here? It's too loud here. Can I have the check, please? We're ready to order. It tastes delicious. This is too spicy for me. Can you make it less spicy? I'm full. Thank you. I'm still waiting for my order. Can I have a refill, please? It's not what I ordered. We would like to pay separately. I think there's a mistake in the bill. Can I have a bag, please? Do you take credit cards? I'd like to return this. Can I exchange this? Is there a discount on this? What's the exchange rate? I need directions to the hotel. Is breakfast included? Can I see the room first? I'd like a room with a view. What time is checkout? Can you wake me up at? I'd like to rent a car. Is there a gym here? Where's the swimming pool? Can you recommend a good restaurant? Is there a pharmacy nearby? I'd like to buy a SIM card. Where can I buy tickets? What time does the museum open? Can I book a tour here? I'd like to go shopping. What's the best way to get to? I need an adapter. Is the water safe to drink? Can I have a late checkout? Where can I get a taxi? I'd like to cancel my reservation. Can you recommend a local dish? I'd like a map of the city. Where can I exchange money? Can you recommend a sightseeing tour? I have a reservation. Do you have any rooms available? Can I have a non-smoking room? I need an iron. Can you call me a cab? I'd like to send this postcard. Where can I rent a bicycle? Can you help me with the luggage? I'm here for the conference. How do I connect to the Wi-Fi? What's the weather going to be like tomorrow? Can you suggest a good book? I'd like to go to the beach. Where can I find a good coffee shop? Is there a movie theater around here? What time is the last train? Can I have a window seat? Is this the right way to? I'd like a table for 2, please. Do you have any specials today? I'll have the same. Could you explain this dish? I'm vegetarian. What do you recommend? Can we have some more bread, please? I think you forgot to bring. This isn't what I ordered. Can I have this to go, please? It's my first time here. Can you charge this to my room? Where can I wash my hands? I'd like to make a complaint. Can you lower the air conditioning? I'd like to book a table for tonight. Do you offer room service? Can I see a menu for room service? I think there's a problem with the air conditioner. Can I get an extra blanket? I locked myself out of my room. Can I get a different room? I'd like to check the balance of my room. Where's the nearest subway station? Can you help me order a taxi? I need some information about local tours. Is there a local market nearby? Where can I rent a scooter? Do you have a map of the local area? I'd like some information on local attractions. Can you recommend a local guide? Where can I buy souvenirs? Can you recommend a good place for dinner? I'm interested in local history. Where should I visit? What local dishes should I try? Can you book a taxi for early morning? Where can I find a good breakfast place? I need to buy some medicine. Where's the nearest pharmacy? Can you recommend a quiet place to relax? I'd like to know about public transport options. Where can I get a local SIM card? I need to exchange money. Where can I do that? Can you help me with directions to the airport? I'd like to buy a ticket. What time does it close? Can you recommend a good cafe? I need to cancel my booking. Where can I find an ATM? I'd like to upgrade my room. Can I have breakfast in my room? I need a doctor. Can you call me a doctor? I have a fever. I lost my passport. Can you help me find a police station? I need a charger for my phone. Do you know where I can get a taxi? I'd like to rent a room. Can I see the wine list? I'd like some water, please. Can we order some snacks? I'm allergic to peanuts. Do you have gluten-free options? I'd like to go for a walk. Can you recommend a park nearby? I'd like to go swimming. Where is the changing room? Can I borrow a towel? I'd like to check my email. Do you have a computer I can use? I need to print out my boarding pass. Can I get a wake-up call? Where can I get a good pizza? I'd like to see a movie. Where can I buy a magazine? Can you suggest a good gift? I need to send this package. Where can I get stamps? Can I have some ice cream? I'd like to make a phone call. Can you recommend a good salon? I need to get a haircut. Where can I find a good tailor? Can you recommend a place for a good massage? I'd like to go biking. Where can I rent sports equipment? I'd like to go fishing. Can you suggest a good spot for fishing? I'm interested in local music. Where can I find it? Can you recommend a good bookstore? I need to recharge my phone. Where can I buy a local guidebook? I'd like to go horseback riding. Can you call a taxi for me? What's a good local beer? I'd like to try some local wine. Where's the best place to see the sunrise? Is there a good spot for hiking nearby? Can you recommend a good place for seafood? I need to buy a gift for a friend. Where can I find a jewelry store? Can you help me with this map? I'd like to go on a boat trip. Where can I find a tour guide? I'd like to book a day trip. Can I get a guide in English? What's the best way to get around the city? I'd like to rent an apartment. Where can I do laundry? I need to buy some groceries. Where's the local market? I'd like to buy some flowers. Where can I find a good bakery? Can you recommend a place for brunch? I'd like to visit a museum. Where can I find information on local events? I'm looking for a place to dance. Where can I watch a live band? I'd like to see a play. Where can I find a comedy club? I'd like to learn about local history. Where can I rent a kayak? I want to go scuba diving. Can you recommend a diving school? I need to buy some sunscreen. Where can I buy a hat? I'd like to visit a vineyard. Can you book a wine tasting for me? I want to buy a local SIM card. Where can I find a good photographer? I need to find a quiet place to work. Where can I practice yoga? I'm looking for a good gym. Can you recommend a spa? I need to relax. Where can I find a quiet beach? I'd like to go sailing. Where can I find a sailing club? I want to learn surfing. Can you recommend a surfing instructor? I need to buy a new suitcase. Where can I get a local newspaper? I'm interested in local art. Where can I find a gallery? I'd like to buy some local crafts. Where can I watch a football match? I'd like to rent a bicycle. Can you suggest a good picnic spot? Where's the closest gym? I need to find a pet store. Can you recommend a vegetarian restaurant? Where can I buy organic food? I'm looking for a local farmer's market. Can you book me a spa appointment? I'd like to go bird watching. Where can I find a good hiking trail? I need to buy hiking gear. Can I rent camping equipment here? I want to go mountain biking. Where can I get a city tour? I'd like to learn about local culture. Can you recommend a history museum? Where can I attend a cooking class? I'm interested in art workshops. Where can I practice my photography? I'd like to buy local art. Can you suggest a good theater play? I want to listen to live jazz. Where can I find a music store? I need to buy concert tickets. Where can I see an opera performance? I'd like to attend a dance class. Where can I go for a run? I need a place to meditate. Can you recommend a quiet cafe for reading? I want to learn a local craft. Where can I take language lessons? I'm looking for a bookstore. Can I join a local tour group? I'd like to visit historical sites. Where can I find a good travel guide? I need tips for eco-friendly travel. Can you recommend a place for stargazing? I want to buy a local delicacy. Where can I try kite surfing? I'd like to watch a cultural performance. Where can I get travel insurance? I need a city map. Can you recommend a reliable taxi service? I want to explore off the beaten path areas. Where can I volunteer locally? I'd like to know about the nightlife here. Where can I find a good pizza place? Can you recommend a local beer? I need advice on local customs. Where's the best place to watch the sunset? I'd like to go wine tasting. Can you recommend a romantic restaurant? Where can I buy souvenirs? I need a pharmacy. Where can I find a good dessert place? I'd like to rent a car. Can you suggest a good place for breakfast? Where can I find live music? I want to go on a city tour. Can I book a table for tonight? Where's the nearest hospital? I need a SIM card. Where can I exchange currency? I'd like a non-smoking room. Can you help me arrange a surprise party? Where can I go for a good view of the city? I want to try local cuisine. Can you suggest a family-friendly activity? I need directions to the train station. Where can I rent a motorcycle? I'd like to book a massage. Can you recommend a good bar? Where can I go kayaking? I need to buy a birthday gift. Can you recommend a place for tea? Where's the best place for seafood? I want to buy a local newspaper. Can I get an airport shuttle? Where can I find a yoga studio? I'd like to go fishing. Can you suggest a good fitness center? I need a tourist map. Where can I go for a nature walk? I'd like to see a local festival. Can you book a countryside tour for me? Where can I try stand-up paddle boarding? I want to learn about local traditions. Can you suggest a place for a good steak? Where can I go bungee jumping? I'd like to book a cooking lesson. Can you recommend a quiet place to stay? Where can I find a good tailor? I need to fix my phone. Can you recommend a good photographer? Where can I buy traditional clothing? I want to go snorkeling. Can you book a desert safari for me? Where can I learn to dance salsa? I need a guide for the art district. Where can I find a good bookshop? Can you recommend a gallery for contemporary art? I want to attend a live theater performance. Where can I find a quiet park? I'd like to visit a castle. Can you book me a river cruise? Where can I go for an authentic local experience? I need to find a place to print documents. Can you suggest a good place for cocktails? Where can I see traditional dance? I want to buy handmade pottery. Can you help me find a local charity? Where can I participate in a workshop? I'd like to go to an observatory. Can you recommend a good picnic area? Where can I rent snorkeling gear? I want to explore local vineyards. Can you arrange a guided tour of the city? Where can I find a good antique shop? I need information on bike tours. Can you book a spa day for me? Where can I take pottery classes? I want to see an ice hockey game. Can you suggest a good sushi restaurant? Where can I buy vintage clothing? I need a place for rock climbing. Can you recommend a jazz club? Where can I learn about local wildlife? I want to take a balloon ride. Can you suggest a good place for a business lunch? Where can I find a co-working space? I need to rent a meeting room. Can you recommend a place with a great city view? Where can I try ice skating? I want to go to a theme park. Can you suggest a historical museum? Where can I buy local spices? I need a tour guide for the art museums. Can you book a table at a rooftop restaurant? Where can I take a scenic train ride? I want to learn local cooking. Can you recommend a good place for afternoon tea? Where can I find a luxury spa? I need recommendations for a family vacation. Can you suggest a place to learn salsa dancing? Where can I watch a cricket match? I want to buy eco-friendly products. Can you book a helicopter tour for me? Where can I find a good pizza? I need to know the best local markets. I want to go to a theme park. Can you suggest a local delicatessen? Where can I find a good farmer's market? I need a guide for bird watching. Can you book a wine tour for me? Where can I learn to surf? I want to buy artisan chocolates. Can you recommend a place for live theater? Where can I get a custom suit made? I need a recommendation for a luxury spa. Where can I take a scenic helicopter tour? I want to experience a hot air balloon ride. Can you suggest a good bakery for pastries? Where can I go for a gourmet dining experience? I need to find a venue for a private event. Can you recommend a place for a romantic dinner? Where can I find a good tattoo artist? I want to go deep sea fishing. Can you suggest a family-friendly resort? Where can I watch a soccer match? I need a luxury car rental service. Can you book a guided city tour on a bike? Where can I try exotic foods? I want to buy local artisan crafts. Can you recommend a good comedy club? Where can I find a quiet place to read? I need to arrange a boat rental. Can you suggest a place for a quick healthy meal? Where can I participate in a meditation retreat? I want to explore ancient ruins. Can you recommend a local guide for hiking? Where can I find a jazz brunch? I need a high-end jewelry store. Can you book a night at a luxury hotel? Where can I go cliff diving? I want to attend a local cooking class. Can you recommend a spa with a view? Where can I find a boutique with unique fashion? Can you suggest a good place for sushi? Can you recommend a wine bar with a wide selection? Where can I go for a luxury spa day? Can you suggest a good place for a scenic hike? Where can I attend an art workshop? Can you recommend a boutique hotel? Can you recommend a boutique hotel? Where can I find a craft beer pub? I need recommendations for a vegan restaurant. Where can I join a local sports club? Can you suggest a good area for street photography? I want to learn local dances. Where can I watch an indie film? I need to find a luxury watch store. Can you book me into a cooking workshop? Where can I go for the best local craft beers? I want to buy a piece of local art. Can you recommend a quiet coffee shop? Where can I find a reputable tattoo parlor? I need a place with a great brunch menu. Can you suggest a place for an authentic local breakfast? I want to take a historical city tour. Where can I find organic beauty products? Can you book a salsa dancing class for me? I need to find a high-quality vintage shop. Where can I experience traditional tea ceremony? I want to attend a pottery making class. Can you recommend a gallery for modern art? Where can I get a traditional massage? I need a recommendation for a good tailor. Can you suggest a good place for a digital detox? I want to buy specialty coffee beans. Where can I find a quiet beach? Can you book a private art viewing for me? I need to find an eco-friendly hotel.